just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Now Damian Williams to return it. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
What a banner year in 2020 for Myles Garrett. Gets his Cleveland Browns to the playoffs for the first time in a long time and had 12 sacks to lead his team. He's averaged more than 10 sacks a year in his 4-year career and was named All-Pro for the first time.
That's caught at the 25.
I'm the best in the game.
Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Mayfield off the play fake. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Browns. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, have the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what
it's caught inside the 25. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Marquise Goodwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This defense for the Bears, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And in his second year in Cleveland after 4 in Atlanta, Austin Hooper always does all he can to build some rapport with his quarterback. He did it with Baker Mayfield last year. Expects it to continue to rise here in 2021.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield. He completes it to Beckham. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now Mayfield. Steps away to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Williams now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. Being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. They'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
It really has, especially as of late. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Room to run again. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have moved out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
2nd and 10. Play action. It's Fields. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 32 on the play. Draw play. Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On the handoff, it's Cohen. Yeah, he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Fields on 1st down. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And 2021 in the draft, the first tight end off the board, Florida's Kyle Pitts at number 4 to Atlanta. The first tight end taken in 2020 was this guy, Cole Kmet, number 43 overall. Really started to come on late last season. A good grab there for a first down.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the gun, here's Fields. And that is incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
The run on 1st down gets them a couple up to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From the 27, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Cohen gets it again on second.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field. And he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second and 4. They go play action. Mayfield steps away. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. It's caught by Hooper. And he will finally be taken out of bounds.
I think this defense is still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing, Mayfield. Dancing to his left. Just keeping the play alive. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Flushed out right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Demir Bird to return from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Deep ball for Goodwin. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A final shot before the break. Fields. Man open. It's Goodwin. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. The Cleveland offense ready to go. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Mayfield now. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb, and able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did. for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
You say Khalil Mack, and offensive coordinators get very, very nervous, and there's another example of exactly why. 9 sacks in 2020. He's been named to 6 consecutive Pro Bowls and been an All-Pro in 2 of the previous 3 seasons in Chicago.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 98 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
On the return, Williams. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Fields. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. To try again after the sack. Fields steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. The Bears on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Fields. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. Fights off the defender. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach. He's in big trouble.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
I like that run right there.
That boy
Chubby. Not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. 8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Check 43. Point it right.
Mayfield to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Regular. 47, Mike. 47. Here we go. Hey, check.
Mayfield looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He spots Landry, who makes a really nice catch. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Chubb running right. And just shutting him off there. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Browns look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Damiere Byrd returning it.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now.
And got his man complete. Touchdown, Bears.
Darnell Mooney.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Very short kick taken right at the 20.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
And that'll set them back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Chubb. 159 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And again, it's Chubb. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pen.